Doing motorcycle club content, the comments are always the same. Why is it that people think that they have the right to tell others what to do? Today we're going to talk about why regular bikers hate motorcycle clubs, from topics like passing one percenters. It seems like there's a love-hate relationship, but they love to hear about outlaw motorcycle clubs and the whole lifestyle, and then meeting them in person, they tend to hate the people that they bump into. A lot of people feel like it's a free country. Why should any man tell me I can't wear a certain patch? If I want to wear a 1%er patch because I feel like I'm the 1% of my community, why can't I put that on without a problem? Why can't I wear my state as a bottom rocker? Let's get into 8 things bikers hate about motorcycle clubs. Number 1, acting like they're more important. A lot of bikers stress to me the reason why they hate motorcycle clubs is because they feel like they think they're better, that they own the road, and that everybody needs to move to the side and let them control the road. They feel like some act like if you're not in the MC, you're a second-class citizen, and there are people that think that because they're in a club, that makes them higher up than someone else. And there are people that use a motorcycle club as a crutch to treat others bad. They feel like if you're in a biker bar and you're having a good time, if they step inside, automatically the energy switches and they feel uncomfortable. They feel like anything could happen at any moment. It gets tense, and it wasn't like that before this motorcycle club stepped in. And this doesn't apply to all motorcycle clubs, but the ones that will break up the bar. Sometimes it's people just feeling uncomfortable because they're outnumbered and they know that something at any moment could jump off. A lot of people talk about sometimes trying to break the ice and having a conversation with a certain outlaw motorcycle club member, and they get an attitude with them or telling that they're disrespecting. And that's on a lot of club members too, to understand that everybody doesn't know protocol. And that's why I teach it on Demon's Row. A lot of people don't understand about the lifestyle that you're living. Outlaws that really understand how the culture works treats these people like gold, because they could be future members, or they could be those people that are supporters that will let you know if a rival club is around. Like sometimes if you're at a bar or something and you hang out there all the time and you treat them good and they know who your rival is, they'll give you that phone call if your rival club stepped in. Hey, these guys are over here. If you come over here, watch your back or whatever. Or, you could jump on them if that's what your, motive is. Number 2, not letting bikers pass. Passing 1%ers in motorcycle clubs is a topic that it seems to go viral every time I talk about it. Not viral right at the moment, but in time, over 100,000, hundreds of thousands of views. This is a hot topic. People hate the fact that MCs feel like they own the road. If they want to speed and do that thing and stunt and do crazy stuff on the highway, they feel like it's a free country and they have the right to do it, and no one should tell them how to maneuver on the road. I hear a lot of times from people that are in the know, they say outlaw motorcycle clubs were formed because they didn't want to conform to AMA rules, to conform to regular society rules. So why are they keeping other people conform to some rules that they made up? A comment that I always get too is that outlaws follow more rules than regular people. I don't really agree with that, because if you just follow the rules of your club, there's a million other rules that people follow every day that outlaws do not follow. So I really don't agree with that point, but that's their retort. And I understand if you got bullied at a bar or something like that, or you got bullied on the road, somebody kicked your bike or something, you're gonna feel a way towards those people. So I understand why those type of bikers would hate motorcycle club members. The truth is, there's 2 sides to this token. MCs do it to keep their brothers safe on the road. You make one mistake, it could turn into a pileup with all the brothers crashing into each other like dominoes. And then there's some clubs that just want to be hardcore. They just want to feel like you can't pass them on the road, and that's a part of the game. That is definitely 2 sides of the coin right there. Number 3, ruining parties. Many bikers hate motorcycle clubs because biker parties are some of the dopest events you could ever get out to. If you've never been to one, check them out. It's a great time. So another motorcycle club shows up. Everything seems to be cool in the beginning, and then all of a sudden that other club walks in, and then you tell your girl, you start feeling the energy switch, You start telling your friends, look, these guys are over there. You feel all this tension, and automatically that fun party gets drained of its energy. You start to realize these two clubs, they might be enemies. So you got to start thinking to yourself, are they going to start fighting? Are bullets going to start flying? Maybe we should get out of here now. We just got here, but you know, who knows what's going to happen? And then one punch gets thrown, party over. Some bars don't care. They just stay open and keep serving everybody, and whoever gets dragged out. But this is what bikers hate about MCs at parties. Number 4, expecting a biker to know MC protocol. If you're a biker and you've been riding for years and you've been around clubs and you know what to expect, you know how to conduct yourself. But if you've never been around clubs, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what type of situation you're walking into. And this is when people catch rude awakenings. A lot of bikers feel like, why should I have to know the rules that apply to bikers and clubs and politics and all this type of stuff? Why can't I ask this question or that question if I'm being approached by a Diamond Club member and they're telling me about respect and I'm not even knowing what they're talking about? I can't lie, being in a Diamond Club for years, sometimes you got to put yourself in other people's shoes. I never been the bully type because I know what it feels like being younger and having a whole bunch of people against me, never getting a fair one, always getting jumped. So I know what that feeling feels like. So being in the Outlaw Motorcycle Club, I was never that person to treat people that way. So being in the Outlaw Motorcycle Club, I never expected somebody that's not even in the club, just having a good time at a bar, to understand something about how we live our lives. Be surprised how many people would just do this clearly just to look tough and knowing that they outnumber the person. So I don't really understand the theory of you thinking you're tough when you know there's a bunch of y'all, it's only a couple of people. You throw a punch or something like that, it's like, really, are you tough or are you just taking advantage of a situation? I remember a situation where a good brother of mine, and this is a good brother, this isn't somebody that tries to act fake tough. And the funny thing about him, he was very short and people thought he was soft, but anytime something happened, he really was live and active. But there was a day we were at an event and we see this younger kid with a Sons of Anarchy vest on. And he pulls me to the side and he looks upset. And I'm like, yo, what's going on, bro? And he was like, yo, you see this dude over here? And then I look and I'm like, ooh, I don't see none. What are you talking about? And he was like, look at his vest. And I looked and it was Sons of Anarchy. And I laughed a little bit, you know? He thought it wasn't funny. He was like, yo, he's disrespecting us wearing that. And I'm like, listen, bro, he's not disrespecting us wearing a TV show cut. Like, that don't affect us. That has nothing to do with us. Why would that get you mad? I don't understand that. So I was Sergeant Arms at this time. He asked me, yo, bro, you mind if I go say something? I'm like, bro, why are you going to say something to him? Who cares? But he's like, I should take his vest, don't you think? I'm like, no. I'm like, if you want to tell him, son, just to school him and put him on, but doing the hardcore thing and like going up to him like he's somebody that's a threat, that's corny, bro. So I went with him to see what he tells the kid. And he tells the kid, like, you know, people earn these vests and you wearing this is disrespect to us, which I disagree with because it's a TV show at the end of the day. So he tells him that or whatever. And then he kind of tells him like, you know, if you wear that in the wrong area, you could have some issues or whatever. So if I was you, wear a hoodie or a t-shirt or something, but don't wear the vest or whatever. And then we walked away and I was like, you good? You feel tough now? You know what I mean? That you pressed this kid over this? And he was laughing and then, you know, we walked away. But, you know, that type of stuff is really not necessary. And that goes along with regular bikers knowing about protocol. Like, they all don't know protocol. Someone in this corner should have told him, maybe don't ride around with a TV show thing. Maybe he did it as a gag because he felt like nobody would say nothing. But I don't think anybody should say anything about that. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. And if you're getting value out of this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't be a... Number 5. Saying what patches you could wear. Many bikers feel like, why can't I just put a big skull on my back, put the bottom rocker with the state I'm from, put my name in the front, put this side rocker, that side rocker? Who gives a shit? Why is this such a big problem? Why do I gotta fear getting ran off the road just because I decided to put that on? And this is something that I understand both sides of it. Like, MCs, we know about protocol and certain things you should or should not wear. But if you're on the other token and you don't know anything about it and it just looks cool to you, why can't you put it on? I understand that. Totally understand it. A lot of people feel like it's a free country. Why do I have to listen to unlawful laws where people that are not police are telling me I can't do this or I can't do that? For those that don't know and are new to the game, if you put on certain patches, They don't know if you're a support club, an undercover club that they have problems with, that are just wearing something. They just don't know, and they're trying to protect themselves and their brothers. So it's not always like a tough guy thing. For some people it is, but most of the time it's because they don't know who you are and who you're affiliated with. Number 6, the fake tough guy persona. A lot of people in motorcycle clubs are over the age of 40. This is a grown man's game. Yes, there's a lot of new young members coming into the motorcycle club culture. It's not all older people, but predominantly this is a grown man sport. But the same people that make fun of the young ones who got into the culture because of the influence of Sons of Anarchy are the ones that were fans of Easy Rider and Two Dudes Riding Nut the Butt. You know, back in the days, let's call a spade, let's keep it real. A lot of people got that look, the same kind of bikes and all that from that movie. It was a huge influence. A lot of bikers feel like these are dudes that are going through a midlife crisis, got older, and want to feel like they're in a gang after they lived their whole entire life, never getting in trouble, never having issues with the law, and then now all of a sudden you're an outlaw. And a lot of the stories, that's not true. A lot of people had rough beginnings that joined outlaw clubs. It's a mix of both. You know, you never have just all people that had a rough life and then some. You know, it's always a mix. But there is a demographic of people that never, you know, banged when they were younger, never got in trouble, and then all of a sudden they're older now and they want to be Billy Badass. Like, they got bored with their life, they raised their kids, and now they're older and they want to play, you know, house. That's the thing that a lot of bikers say about MCs, is that they use their numbers to impose their will on people that are, you know, in lesser numbers. And I believe this is a minority part of the culture, but sometimes the minority sounds louder. Number 7, thinking non-club members are not real bikers. Many bikers feel like they give the 2 fingers down to everybody and they always get the love back. But when they do it to motorcycle clubs, and this is not everybody, because I know I personally rode with MCs and they gave love, and I have brothers that do it and I have brothers that didn't do it, and I get it, you know, both sides. But they just feel like the 2 fingers down is a cultural thing of respect. Why can't the respect be 2 ways? The 1%ers want the respect on the other token of, you know, not wearing certain patches or moving a certain way, not passing them on the road. So when they give that sign of respect, why can't it be a 2-way street? I understand that. A lot of bikers feel like MCs, when they have these conversations with them, they make them feel like they're soft because they don't want to be a member of a motorcycle club. Like somehow it makes them less of a man because they want to stand on their own. They feel like they think they're weekend warriors just because they're not in a club. And there are some real deal bikers that are not in clubs, that go cross country, that do amazing things, that really live the lifestyle, that jump from event to event to event all across the United States. Real bikers. Many just don't feel the allure of being a member of a motorcycle club. They feel like, why would I want somebody to tell me what to do, tell me when to go to a meeting, tell me when to ride? They just don't want to live their life like that. Number 8, strict club rules. Many bikers get around clubs and see the way they treat their brothers and want no part of it. They hear the way they talk about their brothers. If you're in a club, you got to be careful what you say around regular bikers, because this could be your future brothers. This could be the expansion of your club. But if you're saying all these things about your own brother or arguing with your brother in front of them, they're seeing that and they would never want to be involved with it, in my opinion. But to shoot back a little bit, I believe that many bikers don't want to join motorcycle clubs, not for those reasons. I know they don't want to be told what to do. A lot of men have this problem. I have the problem myself. I'm not good with rules. But the prospect process scares a lot of people. They just don't want to do it. They just don't want to pay dues. There's a lot of instant gratification in this world. And when it comes to prospects, a lot of grown men don't want to get treated the way a prospect gets treated. And they have this misconception about the way they get treated because they've seen it in the media and around certain clubs. Not all clubs do that. So you could find a club that's right for you that wouldn't treat you that way. But the truth is, there's a lot of politics in these clubs. There's a lot of rules. There's a lot of things that don't make sense. So I understand both sides of this token. So what do you think? I've done a lot of videos and I've talked about motorcycle club protocol and the way it really is. These rules are not my rules. I didn't make these rules up. They've been around way longer than me. and they're subject to change at any moment, depending on what state you live in, depending on what club you bump into. These aren't my rules. A lot of people tend to get mad at me about the information I'm giving, but there's a lot of people that are being saved by hearing these tips. They're using it in real life and it's getting them out of bad situations. I get the emails all the time. So what do you think about this perspective? The biker side of it, the non-club members. I gotta keep it fair on this program because this is about the whole culture, not just motorcycle clubs. What do you think? Get your Gosavelli motorcycle riding mask now. They're on www.demonsroad.com. I got another video where I talk about the 8 motorcycle club members you will meet. It'll be linked above. And oh yeah, we ghosting, baby.